Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
Well, the sun appears to be taking Labor Day off as well. As we look live at our downtown Detroit Skycam, it's been an overcast start to the holiday. Thanks for joining us this noon. Let's get things started with Brandon Rue with a look at today's weather. I know a lot of people had the day off and they'd like for some more sunshine. Are we going to see it?
Just didn't know Mother Nature was taking the day off. A lot of clouds out there. We start with Exact Track 40. Happy Labor Day, everybody. You can see there isn't a whole lot going on right here, but just down to our south, there's quite a bit of wet weather back through Ohio into Pennsylvania, a stationary front just to our south, keeping those showers mainly to our south. But we're getting debris clouds from that system, and it's going to be a little bit of a scramble to get rid of them. Could see an isolated shower this afternoon. I wouldn't plan on much. We have temps near 70. It's 69 at Metro, 68 in Monroe, and you can see all of the clouds streaming in. Not much in the way of wet weather here, but again, an isolated mid-afternoon shower chance. Not much to it, and only in the low to middle 70s this Monday afternoon. Of course, the last day for Arts, Beats, and Eats, the Peach Festival, and more, Kim. So could be better, could be worse on this holiday.
All right, thank you, Brandon. And Detroit police shoot at 2 suspects wanted in connection to a carjacking. It happened last night near 8 Mile in Glastonbury, close to the Southfield Freeway. Officers were trying to pull over a car that was carjacked earlier in the day. That's when the men rammed the stolen car into some of the police officers' vehicles. No officers were hurt, but they did fire shots at the suspect's car as they took off. No word on if any of the suspects were hurt. And at least 10 people are dead and at least 15 are injured after a stabbing spree in Canada. This happened yesterday. Now, police say that they've identified 13 crime scenes in the province of Saskatchewan. Now, the search is on for 2 suspects.
Do not approach suspicious persons. Do not pick up hitchhikers.
Emergency alerts have been going out in Canada after a stabbing spree in the province of Saskatchewan.
It is certainly a very significant event, if not the largest, certainly the largest we've seen in the last number of years.
Police say they've identified at least 13 crime scenes. They're in the communities of the James Smith Cree Nation and Weldon. A manhunt has been underway overnight for these 2 suspects, 31-year-old Damian Sanderson and 30-year-old Miles Sanderson. Authorities believe at some point they were traveling in a black Nissan Rogue with a Saskatchewan license plate. The search and community alerts have been extending from that province into neighboring Alberta and Manitoba.
It appears that some of the victims may have been targeted and some may be random.
Police say they're also looking for a possible motive and more information in the digital sphere.
Social media brings us lots of information and brings us lots of challenges.
Condolences are pouring in for the victims and their families.
Thank you for any information that you provide to police because that is so valuable. Stay safe, Saskatchewan.
And while police aren't yet commenting on a possible motive, a senior Indigenous leader suggested that the stabbings could be drug-related. And as we observe Labor Day, a labor dispute remains unresolved between Eastern Michigan University and its faculty. The union says teachers could walk out by Wednesday if no contract agreement is reached. Our business editor, Rod Maloney, is in Ypsilanti with a look at where both sides stand right now. Hey, Rod.
Yeah, good afternoon. You know, it's a situation out here at EMU. Campus is closed today, Labor Day, and the union has been meeting this morning, that we do know, and there have been no talks scheduled for today. They're scheduled for Wednesday, but the union has decided they want to go for a strike vote as early as tomorrow afternoon. Now, we're going to show you a couple of statements here because they have been communicating with us through statements up until this noontime. We'll be talking to the university and the union here in a few minutes, but we'll have that later on at 5 o'clock. So let's go and see what they're saying in their statements. The union came out saying first that our goal remains a fair settlement But unfortunately, EMU administration is throwing every possible obstacle in the way of a new labor agreement. Right now, the university is offering a 5-year 15% raise, 6% in the first year, and the uncertainty and instability of forcing faculty to work without a contract because it ended on the 31st is tremendously unfair to our students, especially after everything we've been through in the past 2.5 years. A strike authorization vote by our members is the right step to bring this process to resolution. If members vote to authorize a strike on September 6th, a work stoppage on campus can begin as early as Wednesday, September 7th. That's when the next negotiating next negotiating meeting is supposed to happen with a state-appointed mediator that's been called in. Now, here's what the university is saying. The union's call today, and this actually came out last night, for a possible strike action hurts our students and impinges significantly upon their experience. It is unfortunate the faculty union is suggesting that its members walk out on our students on Wednesday, and they're asking them or disrupting their education just 7 days into the semester. Such a strike would also be illegal under Michigan law. Classes on Tuesday and Wednesday and for the remainder of the week will take place as scheduled. So that's the big question. Will the classes happen or not? And so we'll be talking again to the union and to the university about where things stand and where the negotiations stand with that mediator. And we'll certainly have the latest for you on Local 4 News at 5 p.m. Reporting live from Ypsilanti, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
All right, thanks for keeping us updated, Rod. And the University of Michigan could also be dealing with a strike soon. 96% of nurses in the union have voted yes to allow the bargaining team to call a walkout. The key issues are a heavy workload, pay, and parking. The union says a strike could be scheduled at any time. The nurses have been working without a contract since the 1st of July. University of Michigan Health issued a statement saying it has put together a generous proposal that includes pay raises and bonuses. Negotiations are set to start up again on Tuesday. And Labor Day is the unofficial last day of summer, and if you're lucky enough to be off work today, well, there's plenty to do around town. In downtown Royal Oak, it's the last day of Arts, Beats, and Eats. There is plenty of good music, food, and fun. Plus, you can check out some amazing works of art and maybe even take some home with you. Arts, Beats, and Eats wraps up tonight at 9 o'clock. And then over in Novi, it's the final day of the Michigan State Fair. The fair is happening at the Suburban Collection Showplace. Families can enjoy carnival rides and petting zoos. The fair goes until 9 o'clock. Tickets are $10 and parking is free. And to Romeo now for the final day of the Romeo Peach Festival. It's the 91st anniversary for the second oldest fair in Michigan. There will be plenty of fun on hand today, including a kids parade and the hometown parade as well. The festival wraps up at 7 o'clock tonight. And then finally, in downtown Detroit, the annual Detroit Jazz Festival is back at Hart Plaza in Campus Martius Park. The final performance takes the stage at 7:15 tonight. The Jazz Festival is also streaming online. And still to come here on Local 4 News at noon, zero tolerance. Pope Francis speaking out about the sexual abuse in the Catholic Church. But first, England has a new prime minister looking to right ship left by Boris Johnson.